Hello, friends, and welcome. I'm Sarah Liz. I'm glad you're here because we need to have a conversation about grab bags. I have been on a mission to make card making more affordable and more accessible for everyone for 3 years now. And grab bags seem like a really great option, right? When we look at how much you're spending for how much you're getting, it is hands down a great choice, right? But that doesn't mean that every grab bag is a good fit for you. It's just not. And in fact, some people are not going to like grab bags at all, period. Doesn't matter who it's from. So we get to talk about that too. So my goal today is to talk you through what grab bags are out there. How much do they cost? How much are you getting? What sort of things aren't factored into that? Because this is not just a cost issue. What are the little caveats in there? What should you know about the ways that grab bags are put together, why they're offered by companies, and what has been in them before? And so actually the bulk of this video, if you were looking at the length of it at the beginning, I have compiled a bunch of grab bag unboxings from last year. Not all of them. It would be 10 years long, but a bunch so that you can kind of see from my favorite grab bags of last year, what was in them, how much you got for what you paid, and then hopefully that can help you decide whether or not any particular company's grab bag is worth it for you. So over here is my Black Friday sales website. It's sassiesllc.com/Black Friday. And there's like a menu at the top to help you find things. And my top option is grab bags because I've tried to kind of put things at the beginning in order of deepest discounts. Well, I have a list so far. It's Wednesday night as I'm filming this intro. I have a list of 4 different stores offering a grab bag, a cherry on top, which is kind of like a Simon Says Stamp or a scrapbook.com, but a little smaller and a little more broadly art ranged. Trinity Stamps, Hero Arts, Waffle Flower. And then there was a video that came out today from Jamie, the owner of Not Too Shabby. She said grab bags are coming. And then as you kind of scroll down, it'll give you a little more detail sometimes. I am keeping an eye out. Last year, Scrappy Tails offered grab bags and Simon Says Stamp offered grab bags. So let's take a look at what we have. So a cherry on top has tons of options, and I love that the price points are lower. You have a really good idea when you're purchasing these, what's going to be in it or what kinds of things are going to be in it. In some cases, they're telling you exactly what you're going to get. But on others, you get something like this mystery paper flower bundle or this mystery 6x6 paper pad bundle. There are images back here of some Echo Park paper pads. Are you going to get those? Maybe, but we don't know, right? It says randomly selected. So always read the fine print. It's going to tell you a lot of times, hey, it's $21.99 to purchase and there's $47.94 worth of product in here. And my experience has been across brands, it's accurate. Right? Do I feel like it's a well-spent $47.94? That's the question, but kind of take a peek. So here we're saving more than 50%. My general rule for a grab bag is that I should be saving 75%. But because this one gives me a really good idea of what's in it, I feel like you pay a little more to have more knowledge about what you're buying. This one's the Prima Flower Mystery Bundle, and it's $14.99, down from $24 of value. Honestly, that's not good enough for me. You're paying a little more than 60%. And so in that 30% off, 40% off range, quite frankly, I would rather pay a little bit more and pick out exactly the products that I want. Let me interject here. If you are the kind of person who does not like crafting with mystery supplies, or if you have a very narrow bandwidth for supplies that make you happy, grab bags are not for you. They're just not, because inevitably when people are putting together grab bags for their brand, part of it, sure, may be because they want to do something nice for their customers, but they're also cleaning out the clearance rack, right? It's one of the ways that they can make room for new products. And so you're probably going to get some things that didn't sell that well. And you're going to get some weird stuff. If you watch the Simon Says Stamp grab bag unboxing that's in this video, they have those like rubber mats there in the shape of a dog's paw. I think there were 3 or 4 of them in the grab bag we unboxed last year. And I think it's because they were narrowing it down. When I looked on their website to try to find the little sort of rubber mats, they only had a couple colors left, and every color that was in my box was one that was no longer available on the website. So like maybe they were paring that back. They're trying to get rid of them. Here it is. Every grab bag gets a handful. I will say, I thought it was an incredible grab bag, but there's always weird stuff. There's always like stuff that's been in the back of the closet. And that is not Simon. That is everybody. Okay, so know that. If you're really picky about your products, if you've got limited space in your craft room, look, grab bags are probably not your best choice. All right, so that's a cherry on top. And again, there's a handful of these that are just bundles and you get to know what you get. And then there are some that are mystery bags. This one, this Paige Evans mystery box, that's $235 in value for $70. That's about 70% off. This is something I would be looking at if I like Paige Evans stuff, which I do, really bright, bold colors. And if I don't already have too much stuff that I might end up with duplicates. With that in mind, we're going to look at Trinity Stamps and Waffle Flower at the same time. I like both of these brands. Trinity, however, is like my ride or die. I love them so much that I'm on their design team even. And so I have a lot, a lot of Trinity Stamps products. And so the likelihood of me purchasing a grab bag from Trinity and getting duplicates is quite high. Last year, we unboxed their biggest grab bag, the sort of everything grab bag they're calling it this year. Last year, it was a $200 grab bag. This year, it's $150. I like that price point came down. And as we were going through, I would say 25 to 30% of it was stuff that I already had, okay? Where Waffle Flower, I like quite a bit, but I don't like them as much as Trinity. So there's sort of 2 things at play here. Number 1, if you already have a ton of stuff from that company, it's probably not a good fit for you. But number 2, do you like enough of it that you're going to be happy with what's in that grab bag? So when it comes to Waffle Flower, I would say I like 70% of everything that they release. Like if I had it in my craft room, I would probably craft with it. But I only love 25%, 30%. But then again, I'm really picky. Okay. And so for me, I have to juggle whether or not it's okay that I'm probably going to end up with a grab bag with a handful of things that I don't like at all. Right? It happens really with every grab bag. So just be prepared. But also, am I okay bringing a bunch of stuff into my craft room that I may just kind of like, but not love? This gets extra tricky when you talk about something like Simon Says Stamp, right? They carry tons of brands. I can't possibly say I like 50% of what they carry. I don't even know 50% of what they carry. I think in the winter, right, the Black Friday CRAFTY parcel I bought last year was pretty heavy Simon Says Stamp branded products, but I bought CRAFTY parcels from them over the summer that weren't like that. It was a huge hodgepodge of different brands, which is great. I love being introduced to new brands I may not have tried before, but that particular box that I'm thinking about was really heavy in mixed media, and that is not me. Right? And so you have to keep in mind that there's maybe more of a risk there, but I still think the Simon box, for me anyway, is worth it. It's also of note that those sell out really, really fast, like by midday at the latest. Okay, so if you want a Simon Says Stamp CRAFTY parcel, or you're thinking about it, I would jump straight ahead to the part of this video where we unbox it and then grab it right away if you're interested. The Trinity ones will probably last a little bit longer. Sometimes Waffle Flower sells out of some grab bags and not others. So just They're always sort of a limited quantity. I also have in this video the Scrappy Tails unboxing from last year. I've gotten 2 grab bags from her in the past, and I felt like both of them were incredibly generous. Did I love absolutely everything in there? No, but you're never going to. Okay, so the unboxings that I've included here, I think are really good value ones, and then it's just a question of like, do you like their style and their products? So let's recap. Number 1, read the fine print. What can we tell about what is in this box and how much it is worth from the description? Number 2, make sure you like at least half of what that company sells. Number 3, take into consideration that if you already have a lot of products from that brand, you're likely to get duplicates. Number 4, if you're really picky, grab bags might not be for you. Consider if you're willing to bring products into your craft room that you like but don't love. In the end, if grab bags feel too risky for you, over here, right next to grab bags, is a link to deepest discounts. In fact, I made a video walking through sort of early on in the Black Friday sales. There were 4 stores offering tons of products at 70% off, right? When we look at grab bags at 70 or 75% off, this might be your better choice. You can get a similar level of discount, but you get to pick and choose what items you get. So Elizabeth Craft Designs has deals starting at $2. You guys, I have a custom coupon code, Sassy's LLC, and you can stack that on top of those deals. But deals at 2, 3, 5, 7, and 10, a few more deals at 15 and 50% off paper. Hero Arts, now this wasn't in the original video. Hero Arts started an enormous sale today. I think it's Wednesday today. So there's a new video just for Hero Arts. They have a bunch of stuff on clearance that's 70% off, and then they have a ton of other stuff, things that came out last month at 40 and 50% off. And so this would be a really deep discount, but you get to pick what you want. Spellbinders, same kind of deal. The clearance is an extra 40% off, making a lot of it 70% off. And I show you my favorites in that initial video. But then they have really steep discounts, 50% off on a lot of other stuff that isn't on clearance. Scrapbook.com, you have to be a little picky with the scrapbook.com stuff. And so I've linked specifically to pages where they have already discounted products, and then you can take, I'm sure the code is different on Black Friday. I'm hoping it's 15%. If it's more than that, we got really lucky. But you can then stack whatever discount code is there Friday. Remember, I'm 2 days ahead of you, and combine it with these already crazy deals. My friends, I hope this has been helpful for you. From here to the end of the video, we're unboxing a bunch of grab bags. Some of these were live streamed, so I've done my best to sort of edit and cut out any of the dead air. But hopefully it gives you a really good idea of what those particular companies do when it comes to grab bags. But if you watch them all together, I think it gives you a pretty good slice of what do grab bags tend to look like in general. So if you have any questions, by all means, leave me a comment here on YouTube or send me a question on Instagram, Facebook, Patreon, wherever you can find me. I'm around. Thank you so much for spending your time with me, and I will see you next time. So today we're going to look at this one, and I tell you what, I have peeked already. This has more than $135 of supplies in it. This has over 152, not including the embellishments. And I was really, really pleased with everything that's in here. One of the ways to enter to win is to vote in the poll after the unboxing and let me know what you think. What do you think of the value of this kit for what it costs? It's a $50 kit. I will say, if you like what you see, if Scrappy Tails is new for you and you're thinking about a grab bag or maybe just purchasing a single item from the shop, I do have an exclusive coupon code. I'll put it at the top of the screen here for you. And then in the description box below the video, I'll just list all of the exclusive coupon codes that I have for you for different companies. So there are 3 embellishment mixes here, and I love, look how cute this little case is. And we have 6 different embellishments, and they take up sort of 2 slots each, but they're just beautiful, very shimmery snowflakes and a variety of colors. So we have white, iridescent, an iridescent pink, This is like maybe an iridescent white. This is more of a flat white, an iridescent light blue, and then just a very sparkly royal blue. I love that. It's hard to pick up the dark one here, but I think these are beautiful and kind of the perfect size because otherwise I hoard them and then I got problems. This one is a beautiful embellishment mix. I would not have thought to put these together. So we have some red clay hearts, some red gems, and then there are some like little round pearls, flat back pearls. And then we also have them in brown. So there are hints of gold in here. There are some clear, they just look like little diamond pieces. This is beautiful, absolutely stunning. And I love that. Then we have some neon orange with an iridescent shimmer. These are gems as well in a variety of sizes. Super fun. My boys might love that one. And then we have a pretty sizable stack of stamps and dies and stencils. Okay. So this first one is the A7 staircase. And this one I think is a pop-up mechanism. So if you look, I'm turning it sideways, like maybe you can see the dimension. I think it creates this dimensional staircase that you would put on the front of a 5x7 card, though quite frankly, you could probably chop the ends off and put it on an A2 instead. There are, I think, decorator pieces. These look like pop-up pieces, but each of these little sort of boxes is going to create that little stair step for you. And then you've got sentiments. We have thanks, happy birthday, just because. It's a really versatile die set, I think, and I love that. I think it's super great. This one is a beautiful floral layering set. So I'm going to flip that over for you. We get the individual flowers to layer on top of the greenery pieces, and it's huge. This is, oh gosh, maybe 4 3/4 of an inch by 3 1/4 inches wide. That's going to fill your A2 pretty well. You could mix and match this then with the sentiment dies that we have in this A7 staircase. I think that would make for a beautiful card. Then this one, do we have a name? Christmas icons. We have a bunch of little stamps, no peeking, Merry Christmas, a bunch of numbers, do not open until Christmas Eve. I think it would be super fun to make an advent calendar out of this because this is 5 across and 5 down. So we have 25 of them. I think it's going to be super fun next year. My boys always get an advent calendar and I want to do like little envelopes that have bad dad jokes in them. So it would be super fun to decorate the envelopes with this one. I wouldn't need dies for that. I don't have coordinating dies for this one, but you probably don't need it, right? You could just use even a small like circle punch or circle die for these if you were interested in cutting them out. Very cute. This is a 2-layer stencil. It is called Sheet Music. Let's take this out. It's really hard to see what a stencil looks like in the packaging. So this is 2 pieces and we have the staff and then we have some notes. It's going to be really important that you have your stencils going the right direction. I've pulled this out once before to see if these lined up perfectly or if you had to like wiggle and maneuver. But they do line up, but they don't line up if you have it backwards. Okay, so they do line up and I think it's really beautiful. I grew up playing music. I played the piano for most of my life and really I haven't since I had kids. I ran out of time and it was loud. But I want to know if you play an instrument, let me know in the comments below. I'm super curious. And what is your favorite instrument? So I think this is a really beautiful 2-piece stencil set. Then this one is huge. This is a 6x8-inch stamp set and it doesn't have a name on it, friends. I'm not sure what this one is called. If any of these are still in stock, I'll try to link them below and I'll try to find a name for this one, but it would be so great for making little tags, right? And look at those penguins. Look how cute and chubby they are. Some of them truly are like, they look like little tags. They wouldn't be that hard to cut out. And it just has the feel of something that would mix really well with emergency cards. So you know I'm all over this. So I love this one. Then this is a hot foil plate. We have 2 hot foil plates in this kit. There is a big old ornament and it's called the Christmas Word Hot Foil HF. Cheer, joy, cozy friends, Christmas season, merry, believe, family, peace. I think it's gorgeous. There's little stars in the background as well. This wouldn't be difficult to cut out if you really wanted to, but it would be great to just hot foil onto a flat front card, which makes for easy mailing around the holidays. So a really beautiful option. And then this one is the A2 snow background. I have a snow, I can't remember if it's a hot foil or a butter press or something like that, but I feel like it's really dense up top. And then by the time we get to the bottom, it's not as dense. And I sometimes have a hard time foiling it because I get over foil, but this is really evenly distributed. I also love the size of the dots or the snowflakes, because if you're using like a prism foil or something that has like a shattered glass looking foil, you can pick up some of that extra pattern because the dots are a little bit larger. So I think that's beautiful. Then we have one more die set. This is the bird cage die set, and this is very tall. So from top to bottom, this is about 5 3/4 of an inch, maybe a little bit more, and then across 3 1/8. So this is almost like a mini slimline size. I particularly love the curvature here. It's a little whimsical, a little wonky, and I just think that that's really, really beautiful. So that is the last item in our goodie bag. So in the end, we have our snowflake embellishment mix and then 2 very full bags of embellishments, 2 stamp sets, 3 large die sets, and 2 large hot foil plates, over $152 in value. And I just think that this is a really lovely mix of sort of holiday, not holiday, things you can use all year long. Let's do item number 1, and you guys can let me know what you think. We got 4 Positively Everything tools. 4. You guys, I don't know what I would do with 4. Do you use these? They are, I mean, they're kind of like a pot holder. So they're heat resistant, non-skid, adhesive resistant. You can use it as a brush cleaner, especially this side is really great. Like you stick it in. I think 4 is excessive too. You can stick this like in your sink and use it to help clean your brushes. You can use it as a jar opener and more. I mean, I think what happened, they only have 3 colors left on their website. There's black and red and maybe gray. And I couldn't find any of these colors. So I think they're getting rid of a lot of them. But, you know, maybe maybe people use them more than I do. I generally just end up burning things, melting things. Yeah. Deborah says, I wanted those, but 4, I'm not sure. I'm not sure I would need that many, but I could get them. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's it. Maybe these become stocking stuffers for next year, you know? Oh, good morning, everybody. There, I see so many names in the chat of like people who've been leaving me comments for the last 2 years. I appreciate you all so much. Let me get those out of the way. Okay. Let's start with this guy. So this is Plant Sentiments. Okay, so it's a 4x6 stamp set. We have Live Life in Full Bloom, Cultivate a Grateful Heart, To Plant a Flower is to Believe in Tomorrow. That's an Audrey Hepburn quote, and it's one of my very, very favorites. Yeah, thanks, Yvette. She says, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. I would really appreciate it. And if you know a friend who could use some free goodies, send them my way. I love that these are sort of boxy and going to be really easy to cut out even without a coordinating die. So definitely, I think this is a whole lot of fun. All right, friends, we have another one. So this is the Happy Poinsettia, and it's a layering set. So I think that this piece will go on top of this as well. And we're just going to get all these layers because that doesn't look like 2 full poinsettias. This would be great for a 1-layer card. I really like my my layering stamps as opposed to like a stencil if I'm mass producing cards for the holidays. So I think this one sort of works really well for that. Do you guys say poinsettia or poinsettia? I didn't even know poinsettia was an option until I started watching card makers on YouTube. It's not a word I say a whole lot. So that one is super fun. Then we have, there's a bunch of embossing folders in here, and I love embossing folders. I just think it's really quick and easy. I love texture. Hi, T. Oh, man. I think I can take these out without ruining the packaging. So we're going to try. We're going to try. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Oh, this one has dies in it. I didn't realize. This is called Lemon Tree, and you have 2 little dies kind of taped on the back there. I might even take those off so you can see this better. But it's got this really beautiful lemon pattern with some leaves running through it. And you could also then cut out and emboss so you could layer colored pieces on top here. I love that. So we have another, this is a 3D embossing folder as well. It's called Refracted. This one's hard to see. Let me see if I open this up, if that's any better. Yeah, a little bit. This is going to have tons of really deep all over texture. I love that slightly sort of geometric pattern. I think it's great for masculine cards. I think this is really, really beautiful. This one is 3D embossing folder Forest Border. This is going to be hard to see. I can tell already. How about that? That's really beautiful. So I might just hold that up real quick. Sorry, I've got some funky lighting. This would be great for like just a few die cuts on top and make a really great woodland scene. All right, we have another 3D embossing folder. This is Dimensional Stars. There's a lot of stars in this kit. This one reminds me of, oh, it's really stuck in there. That like Texas star, the one that has all the dimension in it. So I'm trying to brainstorm like what, I don't use a lot of stars in my designs, but it's mostly because I don't think about it. What would you guys put stars on? How would you use this? You know, Yvette says, Yvette, I think, wins emergency card kit everything. She says, I have lots of little bins filled with your emergency card sentiments. I have seen what Yvette does, and she just has them like all cut out and so organized. And like, here I am like digging through trying to find things. Oh my goodness. Oh man. I think Yvette is more organized than I am. So that, yeah, this one's Dimensional Stars. And then, so I'm going to bring these out at the same time. These are both from their Rainbow Splash line. This one's hard to see. It is Folk Flowers, and the other one is Mosaic Tulips. Margie says, I wish I could afford membership. Stay tuned. We're giving away some free memberships, my friend. Not today, but there's a bunch of them scattered in about. This one's just a big giveaway on its own. Okay, so Folk Flowers, these are 2D embossing folders. That's a little easier to see maybe. I love that their Rainbow Splash line gives like a lower price point or entry point for people. I think I love Simon products, but they're a little pricey sometimes. And so if you look at the Rainbow Splash line, the ink pads and the inks are the same like quality and make as their regular inks. And then you've got embossing folders and all kinds of other stuff. So especially if you know a new crafter, I think this might be a nice entry point. Where do you guys like to buy most of your stuff? Because I shop a lot from scrapbook.com. And then if I just need a couple things, I shop at Simon because their shipping's better. Or from a Cherry on Top. I like them too. Just LM is asking, how much was this grab bag? It was $60. And they sold out almost immediately. Well, the same day, right? They didn't have a ton of them. It happens every year. So yeah, they sold out pretty fast. Love tulips. Yes. Simon and scrapbook.com. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. All right, we've got some dies. I am not going to take these out because they seal these up pretty well, and I don't want to, take that apart for whoever's getting it. We have this leaf branch oval, and it's not a panel. It's really just the oval with those branches hanging in the middle. But what I love is that it's going to leave this little strip here, and you could put an emergency card sentiment in there, one of those strip sentiments, and I think that would work beautifully. So yeah, I think that's super fun. And then let's look at this guy. Did you guys hop on this bandwagon? I didn't know this was a thing, but I love watching the scrapbook.com lives. I just think that Laura and Cody are hilarious. So what? I mean, I'll watch it a week, 2 weeks later and just chuckle a whole bunch. And they were saying these were selling out. So we have 2 of these little Santa mugs from Tim Holtz, and they're cute, right? And there, I mean, there's really like room. You could put something in there. Super fun. Anna says, I love Simon Says Stamp and Spellbinders products. I am Spellbinders through and through. Like that was the first brand I really started using after, like I started in Stampin' Up! Like so many of us. But then when I started branching out, Spellbinders was kind of it for me. So this is the Snowbird, and I think it's a little bigger than this. Can I open it? Can I without? Oh, I might. Maybe. Yeah. Yeah, so it's a little bigger than that. But that's nice. And then you could inlay some of those pieces, or what might be really fun is to take some acetate, like put this on top of some acetate and color the back of it. So you get sort of a stained glass effect. And then maybe I wouldn't even cut it out. It's a little fiddly for me, but maybe the card goes landscape and we've got acetate and we do like a really minimalist shaker there. That might be super fun. Kristen, just open it. I know, but I don't know how people store their things, and I don't want to damage stuff for them. Oh, yeah. Stained glass bird. I also shop at Scrapbooking Made Simple. Oh, I don't know if I have ever shopped with them. They have amazing warehouse sales going on right now. Oh, you know what? I do know who that is. Is that Stacy Park, I think? Their warehouse sales are insane, but they also tell you it's like you get it when you get it, and it could take 6 months. So I had a whole bunch of stuff in my cart and hemmed and hawed one year. I can't remember how long it took to get here, but yeah, they have lots of brands, really good stuff. This is the Heart Balloon Bunch. So we've got 7 balloons. And again, you could fill these in. That paper piecing would be pretty easy. I think that's super cute. These are the nesting stars. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is our next eye. I think this is super cute. We are going to open it if I can, because I want a better sense of the size. I should have taken my heat gun to these ahead of time. You know what we're going to do? We're just going to cut it open, and then at least it's a nice clean cut, right? I think this is super cute. Like, it's going to cut out all your little letters and your ticket. You could make a little shaker out of that. There's room, I think, for some foam tape, like 1/8-inch foam tape on there. And this one it's a good size. It's 3.5 inches by, I don't know, 1 3/4. Do you guys make Valentine's cards? And if so, who do you give them to? I mean, I've got kids still, so I'll include some kind of like kid situation in the kit, but I'm never sure what else to include for people. This is on their designer's top pick. This is up next. We have a fancy love die, and it's got a shadow behind there too, I think. I own this somewhere. And I think it's really beautiful. I did, Kristen. I did. It was only out for a second, right? She says, put the blade away. Don't cut yourself. Oh, man. I put it away. I did. Let's grab another one. We have a bunch of stencils too. So last kit where there were a bunch of grab bag, people were like, I don't stencil. I'm afraid of stenciling. So I would love to know, do you stencil? This one is a little delicate, I want to say. There's, I think, 3 stencils in here. It's called the Animal Print Stencil. So we have like a giraffe print. Is that a giraffe print? Oh man. I don't think I've seen that before. And then we have a zebra and then a cheetah print. I love that. I am not probably a cheetah girl, but the other 2 I would definitely use. This is the Holy Stars stencil. So again, this one's just 1 sheet, but I love this. Let me pick this up. This extra bit here that's coming out of some of these stars and the different shapes we have in here, because I think this one could lean Christmas, but wouldn't have to, right? It's called Holy Stars, but we could do this a lot of different ways. This is a 4-layer stencil and it's huge. So we get all of these different hearts that will layer into different banners. I think you would have to do some serious, no, you wouldn't have to mask. They're just lining them up. And then the whole stencil you'll do in a single color. Oh, I love that. I don't want to have to mask my stencils. And then you could do just 1 layer that also has like a paste or a shine or something. What do you guys think of this one? Would you, I mean, it's obviously great for Valentine's Day, but would you use this for something else? I might make like a kid's card with that. I don't know. But I love a layered stencil set, period. So there's that. So this is the biggest stamp set that we have. This one is Printmaking Plants. Have you guys seen these? They have a bunch of these printmaking layering sets. So there's really 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stamps. And you just line them up in your stamp positioner and they will color in the different pieces in a block of color. So no shading, no anything. And again, I like a layering stamp set better than a stencil if I'm mass producing cards. I don't do a ton of mass producing anymore, but mostly because I'm always making videos and I just don't have time. So curious what you think. And I wish there was like a finished picture of these colored on the back, because this is beautiful, I think. Kind of whimsical, kind of blocky. This is, you know, some barrels from Tim Holtz. Anybody? What do you do with these things? I am not great. There's a ton of shine on that. There you go. I don't do any kind of 3D stuff, or not much anymore. And so I'm curious what you guys do with these, but there's 2 of them in there. Although I will say this one looks like it's chipped on the side. Maybe that just makes it more authentic. I don't know. Oh, Anna says that stencil could be beautiful for a wedding card, or maybe the plants. I like it both ways. Then we have a 6x6 red rubber stamp. I love red rubber. I just do. It's called Ticking. And we've got some dark lines and then little stitching lines that go right next to each of those on either side. And I think that's super great. This I could use for a masculine card, I think, and then you could shift it and stamp again. Do you guys have a strong preference for red rubber over photopolymer? I prefer red rubber, but there's more things you can do with photopolymer. So, and it's cheaper a lot of times. All right, so here's this one. And then I'll show these together. These are distress glazes. So these are the embossing powders that are kind of see-through. And I think there's a ton of techniques you can do with them. And I'll try to hold them up here because there's a lot of glare. That green is so deep and vibrant. This is pumice stone and this is mowed lawn. Pumice stone, I think, was the first distress ink I ever bought. And there's all kinds of vintage stuff like coming back. And it sounds like it's really popular. So I think that color hits a lot of that theme or that feel. This is the last item in our box. And I'll lift that up again. This is the Distress Spritz and Picked Raspberry. So these are the newer mica sprays. The older ones, the spray stains, they have colored fluid, right? So almost like an ink in there, and then mica that matches or coordinates. But these, that fluid's clear, more or less. And then it's really just the mica. So it doesn't cover your project the same way. You do need to make sure you shake these really well. I have this one. I have a bunch of these, and I've had a lot of fun playing with these. So yeah. Let me see. I don't know if I can get all of this back down on my desk because I took so much out of the package. But there is a ton of stuff here. So this is liquid scrap spots, and it's like a gel. And so you can put it on your projects and it functions instead of like a foam tape, and you can get higher lift, I think, than foam tape. And I think it's probably going to be a little sturdier when you're done. Tracy says, Trinity, I know. Tanisa is like the nicest, warmest. I can't even. She's so great. Okay, so liquid scrap spots. That's item number 1. Has anybody used that before? Holler in the chat if you have used that before. Then we have 2 packs of 3D foam squares. Well, these are squares, right? So these are just like the little adhesive ones. And I think these are the slightly higher ones. I know this brand has like a super thin and then a regular. I think this is the regular. But then this one is black and they're foam sheets, but they're adhesive backed. So that's really great. I've used this brand many times and they are fantastic. Oh, Bonnie. Bonnie says, I've always had a soft spot for Trinity Stamps. I have all of your dies for the emergency card kit. Amazing. They are coming back in stock. We were hoping December, not December. Look, maybe in January. I don't know for sure, but fingers crossed, they're coming back. They sold out everywhere. I'm overwhelmed by how quickly they sold out, you guys. I'm glad you like them. Okay, this one's interesting. This is a text background, and it doesn't have a label on it. You guys, I'm getting my glasses out. Oh my goodness. Let's see if I can read any of this. I wear these almost never. So choose joy. And it's backwards. Show kindness. Like, I think it's encouragement stuff. I'm vaguely remembering Trinity having an encouragement background stamp. I didn't realize it was red rubber. Here, I have been eyeballing these, you guys. You can get these at Trinity Stamps. They aren't foam daubers. These are little brushes. They're like little mini. Do you see that? And then they stack on top of each other so you can protect them and not contaminate the color. And you stick your little finger in there. These are so great. These are so wonderful. So yeah, awesome. Anybody else? Okay, so this is a cut and foil. So these little snowflakes are hot foil plates, but they all have individual dies that go with them. And there's a ton of them. If you don't have a hot foil system, tons of CRAFTY letters. Yes, Sire. It took me, how long did it take you guys to figure out that it was Sire? It took me longer than I want to admit, maybe 10 minutes. But eventually the voice to me gave it away. Oh, it was so good. If you don't have a hot foil system, you can use these kind of as like press plates almost. You use the rubber mat and run them through and you can create an impression. I like to use, let me grab some VersaFine Clair ink, and you can kind of gently, this is a pigment ink, gently tap that over the top and you can run it through with your embossing mat. This is also in this grab bag. This is Morning Mist. And honestly, I think I have this color. We can swatch that. I do. Let's see. It's a lovely, lovely gray, right? It's nice and dark, but when you're like, I want a neutral sentiment, but I don't want black, like black is too much, this is an excellent one. I have just a ton of those inks because if I'm going to free range stamp and not use my stamp positioner, that's the only ink I'll use. It's the only chance I have to get it in one go. This one I think we sneaked last time. This is an enormous set. Buttercup Blossoms. Okay, and so we have two very large pieces, and I wonder, let me see for a second. That might fit on a 5x7, but it definitely will also fit on, I think, a mini slimline, like a kind of a chunky mini slimline. And then we have dies as well. I'm just going to pull these out for a second. I have a bunch of coordinating dies. So we're going to get to some stuff later that has the coordinating dies, and I have to set them aside because I keep trying to pull them out on their own. Look at this guy. Oh my goodness. And he's got ornaments all through his beard. It's called Holiday Tweets. And this guy, I couldn't even find on the website. I don't think he's available anymore. And he's so cute. And then the little birds with their giant hats. Trinity Stamps has a ton of gnomes. Cute ones now, not the creepy ones. Sometimes they get creepy. So I love this guy. Yeah. The bird gnomes are so, yes, I love those birds. They're incredible. We sneak peeked this last time as well. So they have a bunch of stamp sets with this bear. If you like this bear, a ton of them are on that sort of sale rack. They're either being retired or they're overstock. And so I love this. And then this tree actually is maybe my favorite piece of it because it's so open and you can do so many things, really easy coloring. We were talking about coloring the other day, and it was like people were saying they don't know how, or you can just color one layer. You really, really can. And I think alcohol markers are great for that. I like the Ohuhu ones. They're really affordable. They blend nicely. And I got a ton of colors because I didn't know what I was doing. This one, I'm going to have to grab a piece of paper. This one doesn't have packaging. It's so good. Let's do it this way. So this is the A7 envelope builder. And what I love is that you've got two different styles of flaps. You can make like a regular looking envelope, or you can make one here that has the flap, right? So it goes here, which is my favorite way. I don't know why. I think that feels fancier, but it's amazing. And you get, you guys, this beautiful thinking of you. And then a scallop frame and a stitched frame. They have a bunch of envelope builders. There's an A2, there's a slimline. My favorite is the 4-bar. It's like the size of an RSVP card. Actually, I have a sample right here. Hang on. Whoops. Now you know what's behind my desk. Trash and samples. Okay, so I made this 4-bar card and this envelope with their 4-bar envelope builder, and it's on that sale rack. I love this so much. Let me grab an A2 to give you like a size reference here. But it's just a little smaller. Sometimes I feel like an A2 is a lot of space, you know? Is it 3x4? It is 3.5 by 5. Okay, so again, just a little bit smaller, and I love it. And the cheese, you guys. Last January, they came out with this incredibly whimsical release that had like an Instax looking camera, and the circle shaped card die came out in that one. The cheese, the light bulbs. It was, I think, my favorite release from any company ever. It was so, so great and full of puns. Anybody else? Full of puns. Yeah. Okay. So I love that one. I was so excited to see that in there. Then we have this one. I have this one. This is, I can't remember the name of it. It's very shiny. It's a slimline, but then this has that modern embossed detail. So here is a circle I cut with the dies that I designed. Do you see that really beautiful edge on there? That's that modern embossing, and Trinity does a ton of it. So all of these circles will cut that out. So even if you don't want to make a slim line, you've got easy ways to cut out a circle. It's ever so slightly bigger than this one, which is 2 inches. So if you are an emergency card maker, this is a lovely, like slightly bigger layer. And then there's 2 layers on that slimline. I don't know if I didn't grab my slimline cards. They're in a separate spot because they don't fit in my drawers, but I love that one. And then this one is mini slim and it has a ton of stitched layers. Ugh, the glare. You guys, I still got to figure out lighting for lives. I've got it figured out for my regular videos. I love to, when you're looking at like a slimline or mini slim, that is an amazing sentiment strip. So you've got lots of options. Okay. There's so much stuff in here, you guys. It's so great. This is a favorite. I love that Trinity does this a lot. Wait, Missy says, I have no slimline and I've been wanting some. I love a mini slimline. The full slimline, I have a hard time storing and they're hard to photograph. Aside from that, I like a regular, but the like 3x6 mini slim, big fan. Yes. And I love stitching on all the things. I think it's so cute. Awesome. Yeah, Sherry says sentiment strip was my first thought too. I'm telling you what, super great. Okay, Trinity does this a bunch. They will have these like little sets where you get the stamps and the dies and they're all packaged together. So you don't have to pick and choose and be like, I don't know if I can afford the dies or if I like they're usually a pretty good price point. And this one has lemons. I got a soft spot. You're simply the zest, your sublime zest wishes. Okay. You could put little eyeballs on this die. You could, and you could just steal them from the emergency card essentials die set number 1 because there's random eyeballs and smiles in there. They also have like it's big, maybe a 6x9 layered lemon stencil that this would work well with. It's on the sale rack. So good stuff. I had never seen this next one. And I think it's so cute, right? It's called A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, which then like gave me all the feels. But these are really easy coloring. I love the bold graphic design of them. There's coordinating dies to go with it. And then you get this little mailman. Like, again, 2 days ago, 3 days ago, we had the lizard. And somebody, tell me if it was you, because I forget who said it, was like, I would put that lizard just in the corner of all my cards. I would put this guy in the corner of all my envelopes. I think that would be absolutely amazing. Amazing, amazing. Oh, it's going so fast, guys. I'm trying to grab chats. Deli says, I should buy some lemons for my 12 days of sipping. What is that? I need to know. I want to know all about it. Yes, and the mail truck and the little dog and cat. You guys. So the dog. Look at this dog. Look at him. And the fire hydrant. Sometimes, guys, I open these and it's really hard to give it away. This one I'm excited to give. Well, all of them I'm excited to give away. But every now and then I'm like, ooh. Rita says, I'm making village cards. Yes, it would be a great village situation. Oh my goodness. Hello, hello. Hi. Hi to everyone. I just made a mail truck card for my mailman. Yes. I have lots of mail going out these days. Okay. Let's grab some more. We have, these are, well, maybe I'll leave that on there. This is the Cozy Cottage Porch. Again, there's a handful of things with this bear, but even if you're not using the bear, Carrie Rhodes, who's on our design team, she's our design team lead, and she's absolutely amazing. I keep seeing her pull in some of these different pieces that have the bear just to build background scenes to put other stamps and dies on. Like she did one, it wasn't this set. There's like a kitchen set that's of this style. And then she put the Ninja Bread Men in there. If you guys haven't seen the Ninja Bread Men, One of my favorite sets from the last release. So, so cute. So this one also has dies, and I'm just going to leave them rubber banded in there. And hopefully they'll stay that way. Yeah, Trinity, I mean, it's such an amazing company and an amazing group of people. Like, I have been on a lot of design teams, and that one is just so warm, and people are so generous with their praise and their feedback and their encouragement. It's a wonderful like group of people. This is sparkle season. I love this. So there's this tree made out of gems, but then we also have really great sentiments. Sparkle and shine, treasure of the season. May your holidays sparkle and shine. It's Christmas time, like cute, cute stuff. And then dies to cut out the tree, but also all the individual pieces. I love that Trinity does this. These are little bubble cut dies for all of these little sentiments, every single one. It's absolutely amazing. Teresa says, Carrie is the one that introduced me to Trinity. I love her. She exudes this like warmth, and the way she giggles, maybe I shouldn't call it a giggle, but she does. And she does all her glue and little hearts. She's so wonderful. So there's our tree. If I'm gushing, you guys, it's just because I can't help myself. I can't. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Again, I got a thing for lemons. Anybody else? I caught this wrong. Ruby says she just turned 90. And for a second, I thought you were saying Carrie Rhodes turned 90. She's not 90. I promise. I promise. Judith says, I love that set. I have a thing for trees. Just you wait for the next one. Oh, just wait. I'm so excited. So it has a little lemon and peas. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. This is, I think, a Love Danny. Looks like a Love Danny. Maybe. Yep. I can see up in the top. So she designs some of these stamps for Trinity that are always really beautiful. And then there's tons of very encouraging ones too. And I just think they're great. Super, super wonderful. There are dies, I think, for that one. Okay. This is very, very special. This is Little Christmas Tree. This was, I believe, the Simon Says Stamp Timber exclusive. I have a card. This is the card that I made. And again, I didn't do any shading on here. I stamped with StazOn on the front of an acetate shaker pouch. And then I used paint pens on the back. I have a video for it if you look for it. And I just made like a little shaker out of this. This, you can't get this anymore. And I think that it is wonderful. I love this shaggy tree. I think T has a video over on her channel using this one, Not Afraid of Color. Definitely worth a look. Oh, so good. Okay, we've got more. This one is, hang on, Filled with Gratitude. I love the size of this sentiment. There are dies for this that I've already stuck in the pile. And then we've got some like fall leaves and berries and this envelope, but you could use the sentiment without this part of the stamp as well. I always need thank you cards. Always, always, always. So lots of fun. And then we have more stamps and dies still, but do you guys want to look at some of the embellishments and then come back to stamps and dies? I think that would be fun. Let's do this one and tell me in the chat, more stamps and dies or embellishments? This is Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas. Deck the farm. Merry Christmas, y'all. It's so, so cute. And that tree in the background is beautiful. The set, oh, you can't see it because there's glare. I'm just looking without checking my screen. It's adorable. It's absolutely adorable. I'm pretty sure I put the dies over there already. Oh, so, so good. Julie says, I found Trinity Stamps through embellishments. Yes, 1,000%. They have so many incredible embellishments. And Jennifer McGuire uses a particular set, like all the time. And so I think a lot of people find them that way. We'll grab, just wait. We'll grab them all. There's more. Is this the last one? Nope. Okay, there we go. I think that's all the embellishments. Are you ready? Are you ready? A lot of these are still available, but not all of them. This one is pocket change, and they are just a great mix of flat sequins without a hole in them and a variety of sizes. They're great for shakers. They're great for just adding little pops of shine on your card. T, I am with you. I have to look away. Embellishment junkie. I have so many. I hoard my favorites. So I have to. You guys, this is bad. You don't need to do this. But I buy doubles of my favorites because I'll use the first one. But if I'm down to one, then I buy another. I can't even. I am not to be trusted. This one is another favorite of mine, gold coin. And it is just like this one. Maybe if I open the little pouch here, you'll see it better. And we have a bunch of flat sequins with no hole in them and a bunch of different sizes in gold. Then this is one that is not available anymore. It's called Pastel Pop Blossoms. And then it's all of these tiny little like flowers. They're super cute. I tell you what, you guys, as soon as Christmas is over, I'm ready for spring. Like, let's make some cards with flowers. You know, oh, this one's not closing right. It's so full. Hang on. We're going to set it there and hope I remember not to knock it over. Oh, okay. Yeah, so when we're talking slimline, mini slimline, they are standard envelope sizes. So just your regular business envelopes, the big ones that your bills come in, that's a slimline. And then the slightly smaller one, and you just buy the box at your grocery store, but it's definitely a rectangle, that's a mini slimline. And so it's a really great way to not have to buy particular fancy envelopes or anything like that. This is beautiful. And it is Crystal Garden. It's so shiny. These are like little flower flakes, maybe. I don't know. You guys, that is stunning and a little iridescent. All right. Then we have a bunch of solid colored clay embellishments. I think these are super great for all kinds of shaker things. Yeah, this is like a go-to because they're flat enough that I don't need super tall foam to make it work. So we have a pink mix that has light and darker pink, yellow, orange, red. Our colors are Soda Pop for orange, Cheery Cherry for the red, Cotton Candy for the pink, Ripe Banana for the yellow. They're so good. And I love these little containers. They fit in, there's like a storage box thing. Have you guys seen them before? But I don't put mine in there because then I have to take the lid off and then I have to find a place to put them. So I have these little, let me see if I can grab one. I have these containers from Target that are like $2 and they fit beautifully in here and you can actually sort of read them through the side. This is my favorite way to store my embellishments. So if that's helpful for anybody and they sit low enough in there, I can stack them on top of each other. So then we have more of those clay pieces in purple, white, black, and then this one, this would be so great for a St. Patrick's Day card. Carol says, I would make a big mess. Yeah, I mean, I knock them over as often as I don't. It's great. And then we have black. And again, this one, does this have gems in it or is that all clay? I think it's all clay. So we have black peppercorn, marshmallow fluff, huckleberry, and green apple. We'll just line them up. We'll just make a little show of it. Then These have, it's going to be really hard to see, just a little bit of iridescent sparkle. I don't even want to call it glitter. It is so fine. And these are little sticky back. I love how small the smallest ones are. These are transparent sparkle enamel dots. Yes, so many pretty colors in here, you guys. Then I think some of these are not listed even in Patreon because they don't have names on them. And when you go to the Trinity website, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of embellishments. So it was going to be an undertaking to try to find them. But if there's a particular one where you're like, I want to know what that is, I will reach out to friends and see if they know. This one's my favorite. It's got these little turkeys in it. I can't get that to focus right. Can you see that okay? They are so stinking cute. I don't think this exact mix is available on the website, but they have one called Turkey Trot that has little turkeys in it like this. So, so adorable. You had to pick your top 5 faves. I can't pick. Love the turkeys. Yes. I don't know what it is. I don't do a lot of like fall cards. The color palette is hard for me. But a cute turkey and I am here for it. This one would be super great with some bees. It's like little hexagons, almost like honeycombs and little pops of black in there. I would love to make a card with that one. Then we have some support ribbons. And they're like kind of pink, kind of red. And again, I don't have names on these, so I'm not sure. This I've never seen before. I'm not sure what this is. So we're going to try to open it. I will say, I usually cut part of the tops off of these, but since it's not mine, I don't want to. This packet's up. Hang on. There we go. I'm trying to do it on camera, and then I just can't get it right. These are amazing. They have a flat back and then this just incredible shine in there. If you were doing some flowers, this would make a beautiful center for a flower. Some of these are pretty big. Like that's a 1/2 inch almost. And there was a bunch of different colors. I love that. Oh, friends. Oh, friends. All right, so that's an exciting surprise. And then these, I should have just like cracked them all open. Look how beautiful those flowers are. And there's tons of them in a bunch of different colors. What I tend to do with something like this is to kind of mix it with some of these. So you get just a few of the really lovely specialty ones. Amazing, amazing. Kristen says, these look like candy. I agree. I agree. If you've got littles in your house, maybe hide them. My kids are like, if it's not chocolate, I don't care. These are almost like a mother of pearl iridescent flat back sequins, but they do have that faceted edge where some of the other ones have just a round, clean edge on them. So I love that. Yes. These are, they're like matte. We have silver and gold flat back pearls, but it's like a matte gold and a matte silver. Really beautiful. We have some faceted brown, like coppery ones. These are little flat back gems almost, and I love those. These are hard to see. I think that these are also faceted gems in black. And then the same thing in white, but like a matte white almost. Or they're glossy and it's just that this is like matte plastic. And so I'm getting a little off in what I'm seeing through the plastic. All right, I want to know in the chat, what was your favorite embellishment that we just looked at? I'm a big fan of the turkeys and maybe these flowers. Oh, and the candy. And the candy. Let me see if I have a bin somewhere I can put these in. Nope. We're going to stick them back here. I've got a little table. Hopefully they won't get lost. They're not going to get lost. I will take care of them. Tanisa had them so nicely packaged in these little like plastic baggies. And I don't want to take the time to put them all back in there yet, but I will before I mail it. I like that she takes such care, right? So they're not going to spill out and end up all over your box and all over everything. Amazing. Okay. Let me get some water. We have a few, well, not a few. We have quite a few more things. It's so big, you guys. We're going to switch back and forth between stamps and dies and what else is in the box. What did people say? The iridescent gems people love. Sherry says all of them. The flat gold and silver sequins. If you don't have a lot of embellishments, you cannot go wrong there. I think it's a really great, super versatile something. What else do we have? The iridescent gems, the turkeys and the flat. The turkeys, you guys, the turkeys. I just love it so much. Okay. This one I had not seen before. This is Forest Party. And we have our little forest critters that are super cute, but we also have like a wine bottle and a glass of wine and these tiny, look at these pieces of pie. Look how cute they are. So many really great options for like, that's going to be my signature stamp. You're going to find it somewhere on the card and it's like a little hunt. I think there are dies for this one too that I've already set aside. Then this made me chuckle, but I think it's really practical. I think it's super practical. I teased this last time. There are 5 pickup tools. 5. These are different than the one I have. I think I have this one somewhere. Like maybe they have changed the design and that's why they're like clearancing them out. I didn't see them listed on the website at all. So let me kind of show you the difference. Okay. Mine is a little bit bigger. So if you buy one now, that centerpiece is a little longer. So if you like that, that's great. But actually this to me, I love this. I think this is really great. So you have several of them. You can gift them to all your crafty friends, but I lose mine. So I have 3 and I keep them stashed in different places. I have one of the older ones and then 2 of the newer ones. So yeah, Brenda says, wow, I love to have multiples of those. It's the kind of thing you would never buy for yourself, right? You would never be like, I think I need 5. I don't know if you need 5, but I was gifted maybe 2 of these when I joined the team. I already had one and having multiples has been just an absolute delight. Okay. Set those aside. Ooh. Then we have, this is beautiful. It's so beautiful. With sympathy, these florals. And again, I don't think they need fancy coloring here. I think you can do that pretty simply. Healing hugs, love that, right? It's sometimes get well soon is not really an option, but healing hugs for sure. With love, I miss you a whole bunch. I care about you. Take care. And then there are coordinating dies here as well. Then, oh, big box. Oh, big box. There's more ink in here. Trinity has, I don't know if they still have ink on their website, but they used to have like a handful of distress inks and maybe these hero hues. So this is blue raspberry. It's close to a team teal. So you know I'm here for it. Maybe that's why they had it. But really, really great. If you haven't used Hero Arts inks before, they're wonderful. They're really, really great, versatile inks. Then I think I just need to get the rest of the stuff out of the big box. There was a sneak peek of this one last time. We have some distress crayons, and I love this color palette. Of course, I'm doing it upside down. We have purple, and then it's almost like a bronze, but it's got a little green in it. And then this really beautiful green. Together, it says Halloween, but it doesn't have to be Halloween. If you haven't seen these before, they do amazing things. So I have some here. Is that the same color? No. And it's like a very waxy like crayon. It looks like that. But then when you bring in some water, I'm just going to maybe spray this and then grab a rag. I maybe wouldn't do it this way. Oh, I don't want to pick it up. I just want to move it. I don't even know where I set that down. Let's grab it. But you can kind of almost paint with them. You can create some shading, and there's a little bit of shimmer in here. T's probably watching me do this going, Sarah, this is why you don't mix media. Okay, but you can move that color and then you get sort of variations on that color. So I think these are super fun. This is maybe the worst demo of distress crayons ever, but watch Tim Holtz with them. He's amazing. T, give me a shout out in the chat if this is something you have tutorials for too, because I know T is braver than I am with a mess. So that's the distress crayons. Then you get a crafty glue friend. I love that it's called the crafty glue friend. These are on like half price on the website. I think they're like, I shouldn't say this, but I think they're like $5. And I think they're super great. T says, whoops, where'd you go? She says she has some crayons. Move with your finger or one of Tim's stencil brushes. Okay. So I just didn't want to get messy, and that's why I look like I don't know what I'm doing. But this is a 1 ounce glue bottle. It's great glue. Super fun. Then I think I talked about that already. Oh, these. One of my all-time favorite tools and a pen that I don't know a lot about. I tried to Google this and I don't know. It's a water-based pigment pen in milky white. It's Zig. It's a really great brand. So that is probably super fun. I didn't want to unwrap it though. It's in plastic. So I left that. I have used a pencil Teflon bone folder for ages. You've seen me do it. And for a long time, I was using this one, which is a fair bit thicker. And then I got this one from Trinity Stamps, and it's thinner, a little pointier. It fits in the groove of my scoreboard better. I have like a regular one. I can't get this in my scoreboard. Maybe it's user error, but I have always struggled. So this is a real saver. So I use this for all my scoring. And then this is my ergonomic bone folder. And so when you're like pressing down on your score lines or your folded score lines, this saves my hands. It is absolutely amazing. So this pencil one was in our grab bag, and I am so excited somebody gets to try that. Okay, here we go. Look at this guy. Oh, snap. He would fit beautifully on a slim line, but then we also have these little birds that you could use not on a slim line, on a standard A2, just like put half of them. You know, you don't need the whole thing. It's been a while, Crocodile. You're so tweet. Snappy birthday wishes. I got your back. Oh, snap. There is a new crocodile. Is he a crocodile? And do I have it? I think he's on display back there. That is also super cute and has some oh snap sentiments. But I just laughed so hard when I saw him. I think he's super cute. I think there are dies for that one. This is the Ocean Reef Builder. Happy birthday. And I love how thick and chunky that is. Thanks for a jelly good time. And you can use it with this jellyfish. You octopi my thoughts. You're fantastic. You made me ink. Just keep swimming. I hope it's classum. I'm a sucker for you. The puns. If only for the puns. This is absolutely amazing. Amazing, amazing. I am not sure about dies for this one. Maybe. I should have put them together, but again, I kind of ran out of time. This one does not have packaging, but it is a circus tent. Oh, the glare from the plastic. Let's see if we can find a good angle. Anyway, you've got the top of your tent. You've got these little ruffles that you could use not for the tent, but it's just like a paper piecing situation. I love something like this. And you could make the tent and not make it sort of circusy. So definitely, I think there's lots of options here. Delise, yes, I just think it's absolutely adorable. I'm pretty sure Carrie Rhodes has some tutorials with this. But again, the Trinity channel has incredible tutorials. Kelly Taylor's on there, Carrie Rhodes. There are some older videos from Lauren Taylor Made. I'm on there sometimes. T from Not Afraid of Color. I mean, just an incredible, incredible lineup. And then they do hops every time there's a release, and there's usually a giveaway. So definitely worth checking out. Oh, wait. I lost it when I saw this. This set is called Happy Little Tree Farm. It is sold out. And it is hands down my favorite Trinity die set ever. Like, I love this even more than my die sets. And it's so good. Do I have a sample so I can show you what this does? It builds 5 different trees. And then there's like little funny faces that you can put on them. And when I found out it was retiring, that's why there's faces in my set, is because I was like, Tanisa, really, really, really use these all the time. And I want to be able to put faces on things. Oh, here we go. I have 2. So here's this one. And he's just got these little eyeballs. And you build these shaggy little trees, right? So I made a circle shaker. And then this one, again, little eyeballs. This was a craft roulette card. And so his little like butt swings back and forth on the inside. So I am so excited that somebody gets Happy Little Tree Farm. Hands down, one of my favorites. Okay, next. We have stencils. Trinity has great stencils, and a lot of them are really big, so you can cover a lot of area. This one is called Color Swatch. So you have sort of your color wheel, and then you get this grid, and it would be really, really great for like making color palettes of your own and doing all kinds of fun stuff. So it's a 2-layer stencil. Then we got more people coming in, y'all. There's so much stuff here. Then we have this. This is an enormous set. I love a rainbow. I just do. So You Are a Blessing. But then we have each of the different layers of the rainbow, and they all have kind of different leaf patterns. These will bubble cut around those stamped images. And then there's a big one down here that's all one piece, and you can color that in. We have a pumpkin, and then you can stamp the inside of the pumpkin. And then more, you see these? More of those teeny tiny little stamps that are really great for just like hiding a little something or adding a little something to the corner. It's so great. Hang on, there's a question. Are all retired lists on the Trinity website? So yeah, there's a link in the description box straight to that sale section, because they aren't all retiring. Some of them are overstock. It's not going to show a sale price when you're looking at it. If you put it in your cart, it will show the discount. So I would go straight to that sort of sale list and look that way. So you know, I think there's like 18 pages on that sale list. It's super great. Super, super great. The pile over here, you guys, is huge. All right, we have maybe 2 more items. This is pattern paper, and it's not on the website anymore. And I looked because I love it, and I kind of want it, you know. Let me take that off of there. And it is, I mean, it's nice, sort of thick. Oh, I love a black and white pattern. That is beautiful. And these are big. It's 9 by 6. It's a really nice size. We have a light blue and then a flower pattern. Then we have, is that the same flower? Yeah, but that's like a gray, almost a tone on tone. And then a wonky stripe. It's not, it's showing almost shiny here. It's not super glossy, but there is just a little something on there. I think it makes the paper feel kind of extra special. This color palette is not one I would ever pick, but I love it. You can't even hardly see this. It is the lightest blue with some like white dotted almost flower shapes on there. Gorgeous. This one, again, very light. And then you've got this sort of dotted line pattern and then some big polka dots. And then we have like a green dot. And then this, I think this is my favorite. It's stunning. It is stunning. Lauren's here. Hi, friend. Can I tell you guys? Oh, Lauren. So we were doing a live stream a while back and all my friends have a glue press and I don't. And whatever. I was like, I don't have room for it. And I made some comment about like, well, if somebody sent me one, I'd have to try it. Lauren sent me a glue press. It showed up in the mail the other day and I laughed so hard I snorted. But I'm excited to try it. I'm like neck deep in the 12 days of giveaways, but I think next week we're going to try it. Thank you, Lauren. You're the best. Oh, one more. Is it just one more? Yep. This is the last one. Okay. It is a stencil set. I'm just going to flip it around. There's a bunch of pieces and I don't want to lose any. So there is or was a die set that cuts out a ton of big balloons. But this is a stencil set that could coordinate with the balloons, but it can definitely be used on its own as well. If you like really sort of flat cards, so you don't have to worry about extra postage. I love this. Or like stencil part of a balloon onto your card and then add just like a word die cut. You guys,